Hello friends, Tanya here with another video featuring Spellbinders August 2025 releases, the Cuckoo Cottage and Autumn Archive. I'm going to pull out an oldie but a goodie. This is the ribbon box die. This came out last year. There are lots of versions of these kinds of boxes. And we're also going to play with the Cuckoo Cottage. We're going to cut out this building front with this beautifully detailed front piece. I'm going to add little dots of glue all along this detailed decorative piece that goes on the front of this house. Well, it's supposed to be a cuckoo clock. And the Cuckoo Cottage collection has one die that does a basic all seasons cuckoo clock with the danglers and a little man and a woman, and it has a bird that pops out of a window at the top, and it has a clock face. Lots of fun pieces. And then there is a fall or autumn one with woodland creatures. There's a Halloween one with bats and ghosts and pumpkins. And then there is a Christmas or winter themed one with some winter critters and some Santa hats and snowflakes and all kinds of beautiful details that decorate for different seasons. Now, I found that this little house or cuckoo clock base fits on the one side of this box, and this box has the same size panels all the way around. And here I'm folding back all of the score marks before we add the building to the side of the box. Now, to assemble this box, all you need to do is add glue on this one small tab, line up the second piece, get that to adhere really well, not like I did, and not give it enough time. You can use double-sided tape to stick these pieces together. I prefer liquid glue because it just holds longer, as long as you give it a good chance to adhere before you start trying to move it around. I found the best way to complete this is to keep it flat, fold it back over, and adhere the second little flap also. Now you have the frame of this little box, and you can see that this cuckoo clock base fits perfectly on one of the sides. I'm going to add some glue just to the panel on one side here, below the folding mark for the flap that folds in. And you could put this house on any of the sides. I chose this side because the tops of the box will fold up and be angled and follow the line of the roof of the house. Once I have that adhered, I can now do some more decorating. You can take this extra flap on the bottom of the cuckoo clock house and fold it over so it follows the line of the bottom of the box. Next, we're going to take the Changing Trees die set from the Autumn Archive collection, and we're going to use the fall palette. You can purchase this fall assortment of color cardstocks for $8.49, 10 sheets, 10 sheets, one sheet of each color. And I did do a color wheel assortment there so you could see the color palette together. We're also going to use some glitter cardstock from the gold assortment of treasured cardstock. And we have a new color for the Tulin one. This is lilac, and it will match the lilac platinum machines. I've die cut some of these tree pieces from the gold glitter cardstock and from, I believe it's beeswax and Tuscan that are in this color palette. Now I'm going to layer these pieces together, and the tree trunks I think are cut out with acorn cardstock. That's another from that color palette. I just pulled out those colors to work with for this card, and it does make a lovely fall palette. Going to adhere the tree together. This makes a really dramatic tree with very little effort. We're also going to use terracotta and Merlot and some other gold cardstocks from the rose gold assorted. We've got the matte metallic and the brushed metallic. And I cut these for the backers for the orange-ish for the terracotta and the Merlot cardstocks. I'm using the both ends of this tool in one. One end is that pokey tool, help remove those chads, and then we have the roller brush that helps eject all of those chads also. Just going to make sure I get rid of all of those little pieces so that we can have the specialty cardstock shine through those holes and really add some extra sparkle and movement in our trees. Now, you don't have to have all of these trees to put on the box, but I was having so much fun playing with these colors and playing with these trees because they very much remind me of the movement of the leaves in the trees and the light shining through the leaves. They're very easy to assemble. There are 3 different tree trunks with branches to coordinate with the 3 different types of tree upper part, the leaves. Now you could mix and match those too. These just seem to fit better on the particular leaf shapes that they coordinate with. Now this does go together. Well, all of the see-through parts are a drop-in die. So you have one solid shape and then you have another die that you can drop in the center of it to create the detail piece. That way they match perfectly. I did add a little dot of black marker on this round tree on both pieces of die so that they would be easy to line back up. And look at that, it makes a beautiful forest. Now let's adhere this tree to the front of the box. I just wanted to see if this would fit nicely, and it does. Now I make sure to only put glue on the part of the tree that will overlap with the front of the box, and I apply some good pressure to make sure that that adheres well. There are lots of layers on the leaf part, so it's a nice sturdy piece. Next, we're going to use the Harvest Time from the Cuckoo Clock collection, and I cut out some squirrels with the terracotta cardstock. I've got little scraps of black cardstock to add behind the eyes and the nose on the cute little squirrels, and this creates 2 squirrels that face each other, and there is a tiny little die that die cuts a 2-piece acorn also. So I've cut that from, is that from Truffle and Acorn? I think it's Truffle and Acorn cardstocks, again from that fall assortment. It is a very nice, if you don't have the color wheel cardstock and you just want to dip your toes in, this is a great way to do it. This 10-pack of palette that is seasonal. There's a Christmas palette, there's a fall palette, and a Halloween palette. Now this little squirrel can hold an acorn. There's a slit between its paws for you to adhere the acorn. I'm just going to add a little dot of glue to adhere that into the acorn, or excuse me, into the squirrel's hands. Now I'm going to glue this to the front of the box underneath the tree. Now he is definitely outsized for the tree and the house, but I don't care. I think it looks cute. Now this is the documenting labels from the Kelly Bangs Autumn Archives. We're going to cut some labels with these drop-in dies that create some words. Now I die cut these from some pearlized black and pearlized white cardstock, and this will ultimately say Cozy Fall Leaves, just because that was a really fun thing to say. Now I'm adhering the black and the white layers together, and we'll lay these on the front of the box. I want them to be just a little kitty wumpus. I did have to add a little bit of extra cardstock behind a couple of these words to make sure that they are nice and flush on the front of the card. I'm just taking some scraps of cardstock and cutting them down to fit behind our label here, or word piece. And we'll adhere that on the front of the box. And we'll add the fall. And I think I have to add a little bit of extra cardstock on one end of this piece also. Adding glue to that with my fine tip glue bottle. Add my extra heavyweight block so it adheres nicely. And then we're going to take the other trees and add them, and the little squirrel, the second squirrel, and add them to the other sides of the box. Now, again, this is overkill. You really don't have to decorate all four sides of the box. But I had the pieces, so why not? It was kind of fun. So I have the squirrels on opposing sides of the box, and then we'll just add a single tree to each of the other sides of the box. So every side will have something fun on it. Just one more tree here. Just going to kind of off-center, just slightly off-center that tree, making sure to not get any glue on the top of the tree that will be near the flap area. Now, to finish assembling the box, I decide which flaps I want to go in first, add glue, close this all up, make sure my edges are nice and square. I'm kind of using my grid mat to help me make sure the edges are making a square. And I'm using my bone folder to add some pressure from the other side. Now, to close the top, I have this piece of ribbon from, man, this is from the olden days. I have an entire drawer of ribbon that I'm just not going to get rid of because all the trends come back around and I have the space to store it. So yeah, that way I don't have to buy things again in the future. I am just looping this through that ribbon slot and then back through the handle, and we'll tie this in a double knot, a loose double knot. You want people to be able to get this back open. And just kind of zhuzhing the ends to get that to be nice and tidy. And there is my cute little cozy fall leaves box. Now you could give this for all kinds of occasions. I hope you enjoyed this video and you go check out the Cuckoo Cottage collection and the Autumn Archives collection. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that, and check that description box below for the link to all of the products that I used today. If you enjoyed this video, I'd also love to have a comment from you, hearing what you'd like to, what your favorite part of the video was. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.